everyone, good evening. This is Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums. Tonight I'm going to give an update on my ADA small cube tank. I believe it's 3-4 gallons. I forget the exact amount. I got this at an aquarium specialty store in San Francisco called Aqua Forest, and it's just kind of a high-end cube. I used to run CO2 in the tank, now I don't anymore. I'm actually using the CO2 for another tank to get this Monte Carlo carpet going. But here I have a cluster of Monte Carlo, and because the light is good and the tank is very cycled and lush, I don't feel I need CO2 anymore. And so far so good. I have so many cherry shrimps and various versions of neocardidinia shrimps that they tend to eat all the algae that could happen if you don't have CO2. I also have a lot of topwater plant, frogbit, duckweed, some moss, and that helps. I've got cryptocarn. This is a variation of that growing here, this plant. Anubias petite, an old super healthy cluster. I've actually taken cuttings of it and moved it to other tanks. And in the back I have some Japanese clover, which I'm constantly trimming. It's a simple hang on the back filter. I think it's like less than $10 on Amazon. They're great. I've got a bunch of them. Easy to find. Just search small nano tank filters or hang on back, and you'll see the ones that everybody sees. I forget the name brand. I think one's from China, and then there's other knockoffs just like it. I have this on a cool stand, but that's totally not necessary, and I'm not really taking advantage of it on my desk, I suppose, but given I have other tanks, it's more of just a biological thing. The moss will grow better when these simple rotalas grow out of the jar and move over to this tank, and they provide some shade, which means the moss won't get fried by this light. I know this will happen because I've already done it. I've clipped these about a month ago down to the jar, and now they're growing some more. That also really helps to filter this beta tank. I'm sorry that the cartridge is in the way. It's normally not. I was just doing some maintenance, but I have a female blue beta in here, and I've had her since she was the size of a pinky finger, if not smaller. But back to here, this is my primary colony of cherry shrimp. I've taken shrimp from here and put them in this tank, and I don't see them right now, but I know they're doing pretty well. They might be food for the fish in here, the Daisy's rice fish, which, because it's late in the evening, they're in the back, and I'll get to that tank. But this one's pretty cool, and if it were all alone on a desk, would be a magnificent showpiece. I enjoy it. The piece of driftwood is awesome. I love having them come out of the tank somewhat. And you can do all of this, it's easy. I let the snails and the shrimps go nuts. The primary fish in here is a ruby tetra, which is somewhat rare. They're lovely, docile fish, kind of a neat alternative to the ember tetra. And that's my update. Always keep your hands in the tank.